Hello, and welcome to Appleton Engaged. I'm your host, Timber Smith, DEI coordinator for the city of Appleton. And Appleton Engaged is a podcast that explores the many people, organizations, and resources that make our community a great place to live, work, and play. So whether you're a longtime resident or just getting to know Appleton, join us as we learn more about our community together. Hello, Appleton Engaged listeners. How are we doing today? Once again, we are missing our co-host, Andy Anam. She is a little busy with some things, but she will be back with us next episode. So, Andy, if you're listening, we miss you. Hope to see you soon. But now to the real business at hand. We are lucky enough to have another great resource of the city of Appleton here today, and a great guest who's going to share about this. Now, I've heard about this organization, and I'm intrigued because it just sounds so positive, like literally. So this week's guest is Chuck Erickson, and Chuck is the past president and current governor of the Wisconsin North Upper Michigan Optimist International District. Did I get that right?
Kind of. I can clarify this because it's a multi-layer thing.
Okay.
So I'm the past president of the Appleton Noon Optimists, which is the local club here in the city of Appleton. And I'm currently serving as governor of the Wisconsin Northern Upper Michigan, better known as Winham, Optimist District. And the district encompasses over 40 clubs throughout northern Wisconsin. And if you think about northern Wisconsin, for us in Appleton, that usually means north of us. In the Optimist world, it means really from Fond du Lac over to La Crosse and all the way up. That's northern Wisconsin. So I oversee all of those clubs that are in those regions. So that's a fun part of my job. But we're here to talk about what's going on at Appleton Noon Optimist Club here in downtown Appleton.
Well, even before we jump into that, Chuck, we're going to ask you to tell us a little about yourself and your association with Appleton and the Fox Cities region.
Oh, man. So I originally moved here as a teenager to attend Lawrence University, where I graduated with a double degree from the conservatory and the college. I hung around for a couple of years. Then I left, as I hear some people do. They leave Appleton every now and then. But literally about 3.5 years after I left, I decided to come back, where I was working for the university, believe it or not, back at Lawrence, and I worked there for over 10 years. As part of my work, also, I've been very much involved in Appleton. I serve on several different boards, so I'm involved with the Friends of the Appleton Public Library and the quest to complete the new library building, which we are super excited about.
Facts.
Yes. I am also involved in Appleton A Better Chance, which is an organization that brings underprivileged kids to come to go to high school in Appleton. They attend one of the high schools here in the Appleton area, so that's another fun organization. And I really just spend a lot of time helping out people of Appleton. I'm involved in the higher education world still, but no longer working at the university. So yeah, I love being a part of the Appleton area and the Fox Valley, and I've chosen to stay here probably for the rest of my life now.
Yes. Chuck, you know what we call those people that leave and come back? Boomerangs.
Yeah, I am a boomerang. It was a very short boomerang, but I am a boomerang.
It's a short boomerang. Well, and you're busy. Did you say 6?
I'm on 6 different boards. Yes.
All right. You know,
I love giving back to my community. This is a great community, and so why not give back and be a part of the change and everything that's happening here in the Appleton Fox Valley area?
Absolutely. And Chuck, that's why you're gonna make a great guest today.
Good.
All right. Chuck, can you please tell us about the Appleton Noon Optimist Club?
Sure. So the Appleton Noon Optimist Club is probably the best kept secret in Appleton. So a lot of people have heard of maybe Kiwanis or Rotary or JC's. The Appleton Noon Optimist Club is similar, but we're different. So we have been around actually at the end of March 2024, we are celebrating 75 years as a club.
Wow.
So we have been here for a very long time. And the focus of our club is to further the mission of Optimist International. So Should probably explain what Optimist International is. It is an organization that's been around now for over 100 years. It started off during that last pandemic over 100 years ago, and it was founded by business leaders, believe it or not, in Wisconsin and throughout the Midwest, who were really seeing children struggling during the last pandemic and heading into the Great Depression. And they wanted to create an organization where adults could provide additional support to youth in their community. So the mission of Optimist International is to bring out the best in ourselves, in our community, and especially in our youth. So Optimist chapters throughout the country are able to do different service projects, fundraise, and really use the money that they fundraise to make an impact on youth organizations in their local communities. So that's what we've been doing here at the Appleton Noon Optimist Club, coming up on 75th year, as I said, and we have donated nearly $1 million to the greater Appleton area and youth organizations in the area.
That's amazing. So like over 75 years, huh?
Yep.
That's a long time.
Yep.
Okay. How does the Noon Optimist Club, because those other organizations that you mentioned, like those are typically organizations you kind of hear about in communities. Prior to this, I never had heard of the Noon Optimist Club until I started really working in Appleton.
Mm-hmm.
How do people typically find out about you? Or are there any recruitment efforts, or how does it work?
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook. That's where a lot of people end up finding us. So facebook.com/Appleton Noon Optimist. Find us on there. Or you are welcome to come to any of our meetings, or what's most popular is coming to our end of the month happy hour. So the last Wednesday of every month at 5 o'clock, we gather in the clubhouse inside of the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley for happy hour. Anyone's welcome to come and check us out there. So that's our happy hour time. We typically also meet the first and second Wednesday of the month at noon. That's why we're the Appleton Noon Optimist Club. We typically meet at noon. People are more than welcome to join us there. The first Monday of the month is always our business meeting. That's where we review requests for funding and see if we can help out organizations who've asked for funding and support in our area. The second meeting of the month, we always have a guest speaker. So we always bring in a non-for-profit that typically works with youth organizations or with youth directly here in northeastern Wisconsin, learning about what they're doing and how they're making an impact in Appleton and how we as the Optimists can support what they are doing.
How many members are there typically in the Appleton Club?
So right now we have around 20 members. We have two gentlemen who have been in the club for over 50 years, 50.
Whoa.
Yep. And we have members that have only been in the club for a couple of years. One of the reasons why I joined the Appleton Noon Optimist Club about 6 years ago is that we are not connected to any political affiliation. We are not connected to any religious affiliation. We are really about being optimistic and bringing positivity and support to the youth of our community.
Do you know the history of how it originally formed at all? Because it makes me curious.
Let's just say a bunch of well-off male business leaders in Appleton put it together to create an organization that would support. Back then, Optimist International was an exclusively all-male organization and focused on the past back there, which I'm not super excited about, was focusing on delinquent boys of the community. So they were trying to get support for the young men of the region. Over the years, we have evolved, we have changed. We are now, open to, we have all sorts of people that join our organization, men and women, young, old, all types of backgrounds, and we support a wide variety of youth organizations.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Well, jump in and let me ask, is there a story that you can share with us right now that will help us understand the impact of the Optimist Club?
I can give you a few small ones just so you can think about it. So we have long time partnered with the downtown Appleton YMCA. So if you've ever had a young person participate in the youth basketball program of the Appleton YMCA downtown campus, you probably have seen our logo on the back of your warm-ups. So we have sponsored the warm-up jerseys and the practice jerseys for the Appleton basketball program downtown for years. Also, we help subsidize the childcare program. So for families who are unable to pay the full cost of the childcare program at the Appleton Downtown YMCA, part of our funding goes to help that. we have helped support the Building for Kids. So they have a fund where they provide assistance for families that can't pay the full fee to be able to go to the Building for Kids. We have subsidized and helped that to make that work. In fact, this year, if you come see us during the holiday season in December 2024, our club is sponsoring The Grinch. So come find us in December. You will do a meet and greet with The Grinch at the Building for Kids. That is going to be sponsored by the Appleton Noon Optimist Club. Other ways we've supported the area, Harbor House reached out to us at one point in time, said they invited us to have lunch at their building. We went over there and they did a short little presentation saying the kids who live here in Harbor House don't have any outdoor play toys. So things like scooters and basketballs and stuff that you would need outdoors. And they gave this really awesome pitch. And we literally all just looked at each other and we said, all right, all in favor of giving them the money that they need? And we said, aye. All right, there you go. Cut them a check. So we were able to pay and support toys for kids who were living at Harbor House. Heckrod Wetland Preserve called us. They needed $500 or something like that to finish building a slide for the kids in the Heckrod area. We helped support that. So that's a big focus of our club, is helping organizations that have some gaps in their funding and they need funding to help support the youth of our area.
I wish I would have known that about 2 weeks ago. I got a phone call from one of our community members, and they needed some assistance in travel to field trips.
So we do have some rules and some guidelines.
Okay.
So number one, the funding must remain in the area. So if I got contacted by an organization on the other side of the state and said, hey, can your Optimist Club support us? I have to flat out say no. I can direct them to an Optimist Club in their area and say, yeah, here's an Optimist Club nearby you. Go talk to them and see if they can help support what you're doing. Number two, the funding has to directly impact the youth. So we don't do well with paying for certain things like, oh, we need supplies for our adults. Well, okay, adults are great, but our charge is really focused on youth. So for field trips, it depends where the field trip is going. If it's staying in the area, that could be plausible. But if it's like, oh, we're going, to a mission trip in some other part of the country, yeah, we can't fund that.
No, this would have been elementary kids coming to City Hall, and they were having some bus challenges.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing nowadays. Yeah.
It happens. All right, well, just know you're on the list now.
He's writing frantically for those of you who are wondering.
Oh, yeah, I am. How do you become a member?
How do you become a member?
Yeah.
You literally say, hey, I want to join the Appleton Noon Optimist Club. We do have so there is a fee to join because we pay dues not only to the district level, which help cover the costs of our conferences and our trainings, and we also are a fully insured organization for when we do programs with youth, so we're fully insured that way. And the funding also goes to the national level as well. So myself as a governor, I travel not only throughout northern Wisconsin, but I go to the national conference, so part of the dues help pay for me to do that. You can be a friend of the Optimist Club for as little as, I think it's $125. And that allows you to say, hey, I'm going to support the work that you're doing. Don't have time to come to all the meetings, but I want to help you out. And then we have different levels above that. The nice part about our fees is that it also typically covers all of your meals. So if you're coming to have lunch with us, your meal is covered. If you're a guest, we're going to pay for your meal because we want you to come and check out and see what we are doing and seeing if this is a community you'd like to join.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. That $125 as a friend is for the year.
Yep, 1 year.
And what is the dues for a regular member?
There's different levels. There's like if you want to come for half the year, if you just want to come for happy hours, if you want to come every meeting, it really depends as to what it is. So a full, I'm going to be there every meeting possible and all of the stuff, it actually costs about $600 because of all the meals and all the food that's supportive of that. But yeah, we're always flexible and we're always willing to make things work for people who want to join. So I wish I could make it free, but unfortunately there's some costs to running a club.
That's fair. That literally was my next question, and you had jumped right into it. So I appreciate that.
I'm just reading your mind, Timber. That's all.
This is fair, and I'm not surprised. Are there any initiatives, events, or engagement opportunities that the Optimist Club facilitates?
There's lots of different things that we do. So a lot of people go, so how do you get all this money that you give away? Well, that's a great question. Thanks for asking, Tipper. We do a annual golf outing the first Monday of June every year out at Royal St. Patrick in Wrightstown. And golfers come and pay fees to be golfers. We have different businesses that sponsor that event, and all the dollars that are raised from that event go into our pool of money that we use to give away. And we typically raise anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 every year that we can then utilize to help fund youth programs throughout the area. Every spring, we do a youth appreciation dinner, and we do this in collaboration with all of the middle schools in Appleton. We ask every middle school principal to give us one or two students that they think are making a difference in their middle school. So typically 7th and 8th graders. And we honor those kids by giving them a great dinner at the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley and award them a little, prize for being amazing. I love that event because it's not just the kids who are the top GPA or the most athletic or the most musical. We ask them to look at our Optimist creed, which is a tenet of our organization. And we ask the principals, find us a kid that embodies our Optimist creed. And these kids are usually amazing. They're game changers. They're kids that are literally like, wow, you're doing amazing stuff for a 7th and 8th grader. We do Respect for Law. We collaborate with the chief of Appleton Police Department, and we honor outstanding police force members that have made a difference not only in our community, but especially in the youth of our community. And then we have several other events that we do depending what's going on throughout the year and what's happening. But those are some of the main ones.
And all that's in addition to the meetings that you're having twice a month, right?
Yep. And happy hours.
And happy hour. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's engaged. Is there anything the community can do to be helpful?
Come and join. We have more stuff that we could be doing. There's some programs that Optimist International has already laid out for us. I just don't have enough members in the club to be able to put on all of these things. So there are scholarship competitions that we could be running. I just don't have enough staff to put them all together. We could be doing essays, scholarship competitions, or an oratorical scholarship competition. There's a fine arts competition. These are all programs that Optimist International has created to give youth an opportunity to shine. We need more people in our club in order to make that work. So a lot of people go, I just don't have time. All I'm asking for is an hour or two a month. I'm not asking for every week. If you want to come every week, great. I'd love to have you. But if you have an hour or two every month and you are willing to work on something, or if there is a project that you want to do that would impact youth, so I'll give you another one. Appleton Lacrosse Club said, hey, we're going to be expanding. We need some more supplies. We need some help that way. How can you do that? And I said, well, let's collaborate together and see if we can get you some funding so that we can expand your program and help you grow. So if there's something out there that you're wanting to work on, maybe you can come and collaborate with us and we can see if we can make that happen.
Most definitely. Do you get the opportunity to partner with other organizations often?
Yes. In fact, we're partnering with an organization during it's an Easter egg hunt, and they need help. They needed more people to come staff their Easter egg hunts. So we're collaborating with an organization to help put on a free Easter egg hunt for one of the local neighborhoods so that kids can enjoy that on a Saturday morning. So yeah, that's the other thing is our club members are able to volunteer and help other organizations. So we've had people go and work with Special Olympics. We've had people go work with the Boys and Girls Clubs. It really depends upon what is needed and if our club members are available and willing to help.
Who can people contact if they want to learn more?
That would be me, probably. I'm the easiest one to find. So you can contact me and I can always get you in connection with either the Appleton Noon Club officers. I'm currently not an officer because I'm serving as a governor, but I can always get them in touch with our current club officers. Or if you are listening and you're not in Appleton, I can help you find an Optimist club that is near you. You can always go to optimist.org and check that out, which is our national website. We also have winhamdistrict.org, which is for northern Wisconsin, or as I mentioned, find our Appleton Noon Optimist Club on Facebook at facebook.com/Appleton Noon Optimist.
Is there any additional information you feel is important for our listeners to know that maybe we didn't ask a question about?
I think that this is a group that really could be doing more if we had more people involved. And I know everyone is in need of more volunteers. I know if everyone's needing more time. But if you want to be a positive impact on the youth of the community, and that is our sole goal, to improve ourselves, our youth, and our community, come join us. Come learn more about the Appleton Noon Optimist Club. As our creed says, promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind, to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person that you meet. And the creed goes on and on. It's about a 10-line creed. But it's really something that we embody, is that we want to make this community better. We want youth to have a better chance in improving their lives while they're living here in Appleton, but we need more people to make that even grow even more.
All right. Chuck, it is shout out time. Who would you like to shout out?
I have to shout out to the officers of the Appleton Noon Optimist Club right now. Our current president is Ben Elsner. He's also serving in the leadership team for my district level as well. So Ben's been awesome. He's only been a member, believe it or not, for just over a year, and he is club president. Our treasurer is Sam Packard, who works at the Community Clothes Closet. I'll give them a shout out as well. Cindy Carter is our club secretary. Chad Bork is our club treasurer. I've got to shout out our two oldest members, George Knapstein and Tom Oswald. Both have served the club for well over 50 years, which is amazing. And then, of course, to our long-standing nonprofit partners that the Appleton Noon Optimist Club has supported for decades, the Downtown Appleton YMCA, the Building for Kids, and the Boys and Girls Club of the Fox Valley. That's who I want to shout out to.
All right. Well, Chuck, thank you so much for making time and sharing about this amazing resource. And we are going to start wrapping up this episode. So, Appleton Engaged listeners, I just want to say thank you for spending time with us, giving us your minds and ears, and wanting to learn about another amazing resource here in the Appleton region. But we are a work in progress, and we hope to become the #1 podcast in the Northeast region. But we need your help. And what can you do to help? Well, there's a couple of things you could do to help. Well, one of them is if you've got any suggestions on how we can improve this podcast, or if you would like to be a guest, or if you'd like to recommend a guest for Appleton Engage, please reach out to us and let us know. You can reach us at diversity@appleton.org. Once again, that is diversity@appleton.org. And then we do got one more other request for you, and that is this. If you're listening to this podcast at the moment, take a moment and hit the subscribe button. Become one of the subscribers to Appleton Engage. And if you got a few more moments, take a moment and just fill out a quick review of the podcast. What these acts do is improve our analytics. And the better our analytics are, the more they spread the news about this amazing podcast right here in Appleton, known as the Appleton Engage. And we honestly believe we have something amazing going on here. So the more eyes and ears that learn about us, the more community members that are able to learn about these resources, who we have the ability to interview and share with the community, the better this community becomes. So we're going to wrap this up. And I just want to say, until next time, stay thoughtful, stay curious, and stay engaged.